welcome to another bedtime story. We're going to read There's a Dragon Downstairs. This story is written by Hilary McKay and illustrated by Amanda Harvey. It's published by Margaret K. McElderry Books, which is an imprint of Simon and Schuster's Children's Publishing Division. There's a dragon downstairs at Sophie's house. Every night Sophie heard him. Every night he came, rattling through the cat flap, slinking into the living room, growing and growing in the dark. Sophie's dad said, "There's no dragon, not around here, not in this house." Sophie's mom said, "We'll go and look." They switched on all the lights and looked in every room. No dragon. In the morning, Sophie thought that perhaps there was no dragon, but at night she could still hear him. It was very scary for Sophie. Lying in bed, listening to the dragon rattle through the cat flap, slink into the living room, and grow in the dark. So one night, Sophie got out of bed, put on her suit of armor, picked up her shield and her large sword, and went downstairs to fight the dragon. She got a box. She made her suit of armor out of a box. Sophie tried to creep very quietly down the stairs, but you cannot creep while dressed like a knight in a suit of armor with a shield and a very large sword. Sophie clattered down the stairs and into the living room. What was there? No dragon. In the morning, Sophie thought that at the end of the dragon downstairs. The suit of armor, the shield, and the very large sword had frightened him away. But that night, he came again, rattling through the cat flap, slinking into the living room, growing and growing in the dark. What do you think it is? What comes through the cat flap? This time, Sophie did not put on her suit of armor. She did not want to fight the dragon, but she did get out her firefighter's helmet and her pump-action supersonic water squirter because dragons breathe fire. And she went downstairs to put the dragon out. Sophie tried to creep very quietly downstairs. But you cannot creep with a firefighter's helmet and a pump-action supersonic water squirter. She's squirting all kinds of water. And into the living room. Dun, dun, dun. No dragon. Who'd she squirt? Dad and Mom. In the morning, Sophie thought that was the end of the dragon downstairs. The firefighter's helmet and the pump-action supersonic water squirter had frightened him away. She's got a good imagination. But that night, he came again, rattling through the cat flap, slinking into the living room, growing and growing in the dark. That night, Sophie did not put on her suit of armor. She did not want to fight the dragon. She did not take out her firefighter's helmet or her pump-action supersonic water squirter. She did not want to put the dragon out. Instead, she went to the closet and she put on her crown and all her jewels and her long flowing princess dress because she thought dragons liked princesses. To eat. Oh, but he won't eat me. And she went downstairs to trick the dragon. Sophie tried to creep very quietly down the stairs, but you cannot creep quietly in a long floating princess dress. Sophie fell down the stairs and into the living room. Dun 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 dun. No dragon. In the morning, Sophie thought, "Poor dragon. He thinks I'm a pretend princess who has come to trick him. He thinks I'm a firefighter who has come to put him out. He thinks I'm a knight in shining armor who has come to fight him. He doesn't know that I'm Sophie. Sophie thought the dragon would never come back. But that night, he came again, rattling through the cat flap, slinking into the living room, growing and growing in the dark. This time, Sophie did not put on anything. She crept very quietly, barefoot in the dark, soundlessly into the living room, gently, gently through the door. The dragon! Who's that? It's a kitty. Sophie looked at the dragon at last, and the dragon looked at Sophie, and they ran to each other like the best of friends. And they were both still there in the morning. They curled up and went to sleep. There's nothing scary. There are all kinds of noises in the house. Go to sleep and it'll all be better in the morning. Thanks for joining me for a bedtime story today. Join Calvert Library for on all the social media platforms. Bye now.